Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Morgan and you are on my homestead here in Wyoming. And today, I feel like I've been in preservation mode for a really long time and I want to do something a little bit different today. So lately, Sam and I have been doing a lot of hunting in order to get all of our meat for this winter and the upcoming year. And with that comes a lot of driving, some camping, all that good stuff. So we need a lot of snacks. We have a good amount of freeze-dried food, but beyond that, I like to have, I'm the kind of person that when I'm in the car, I like to eat a snack. And when we're driving around, I like to have snacks. So what I want to do is make a couple healthier snacks. Now, a few of them are not going to necessarily be the most healthy, but I like to have options. Life is all about balance. So today I am going to make some pumpkin hummus. I already baked up one of our pumpkins from the garden and went ahead and just strained it today. I just put it in some cheesecloth, hang it from the cupboard, and then the water kind of drips out. So we're going to make pumpkin hummus. We're going to make a kind of a sweet and savory nut mix with wasabi peas. Those are my absolute favorite. I think they are so yummy. We're gonna make some caramel sauce because it is caramel apple season. I don't love full caramel apples, but I like apple slices dipped in caramel. So we're gonna make caramel sauce to dip our apple slices in. And then I'm gonna make also some little Brie cheese jam toast bites. These freeze really, really well. So it can also be used as an appetizer, but for me, it's a make ahead snack because when Sam and I get home from hunting and we're hungry or we're too busy, I can just have these pre-made in the freezer, pop them on a cookie sheet, boom, they're done. I don't have to worry about the Brie going bad or making sure that we don't eat the ingredients beforehand. I know that I am already reserving the bread, the Brie, and the toast, and the jam for this exact purpose. So I'm gonna get some of those made up so we can get those in the freezer, and I think that's it. Honestly, I think we can get this all done in probably 40-ish minutes, so let's get going. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to preheat the oven to 350 degrees so that we can get our nut mix going, and while that is preheating, we're gonna get our hummus made and our nut mix all made up so that we can get it baked. Let's get going. All right, this couldn't be any more easy. We're adding in 3 cloves of garlic. I have a can of chickpeas. If you have your own canned, even better. I don't though. And this recipe is all about quick, so we're just gonna go with the canned stuff. We need 1 cup of pumpkin puree. And if you don't have fresh pumpkin, just use canned. That looks good. Okay, then to this we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of, actually let's go with the dry stuff first. 1 teaspoon of salt. I need a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. I'm almost out of chili powder. That cannot do going into cold season. All right, there's our chili powder. Then I need 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And this really just helps brighten everything up. So there's 1, 2. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then 2 tablespoons of tahini. If you don't know what tahini is, it's like peanut butter, but made out of sesame seeds. So it's sesame paste. And a fun fact for you, if you live near I do, or you shop at my stores, they do not carry tahini, so I had to actually order this in, but like Walmart orders it or carries it. So if you live in a bigger town, I guarantee you'll be able to find tahini. It's just not a popular thing in Wyoming, believe it or not. Okay, I need 2 tablespoons. I'm just gonna eyeball it because she's messy. So we'll say there's one. And let's go with that being 2. Close enough if you ask me. Okay, lay it on. Let's give this a good mix. My pumpkin is stuck at the top, so let's work that in. It smells really good. Okay, mine's looking good, but as you can see, it looks a little bit dry. We don't want that. So here I just have a glass of water. We're just gonna add in like a teaspoon of water. That's probably closer to a tablespoon of water at a time. Don't put too much in because this will get crazy real. Okay, I'm gonna do that same amount again. Wow, it smells really good. This is already looking much, much better. I think I'm gonna do that same amount again. It's getting creamier, but I think I want mine a little bit thinner. Still. Perfect. All right, let's try our carrot. I think I'm gonna put a little more lemon juice just because we like things a little zingy. And I think it's perfect. That tastes a lot like the Brie, or however you say it, hummus, but I find I really like the during flavor of that, but the aftertaste I think is kind of weird, and this doesn't have that weird aftertaste. So if you know what I'm talking about, let me know I'm not crazy, but I'm gonna put maybe like a teaspoon of lemon juice more and we're done with this for snack. And what's awesome about this is if you have little kids that are in school, or you take your lunch to work, or anything like that, one thing that you can do is just, rather than putting this in one big container, put this into little jelly jars or little Tupperwares. And then you can have, you know, those like Brie, I don't know how to say that brand, but those little snack packs that are really convenient but are expensive. That is a great way that you can get one of those, but homemade pumpkin hummus. And like, this probably cost us $2 to make. Okay, there is our beautiful hummus. Let's move on to the next. All right, moving on to the next recipe. This is gonna be our snack nut mix. Now I did want pistachios, but our store is out of pistachios. So we're gonna just do cashews and almonds. These are both unsalted. And then I do have the wasabi peas. We're gonna put these in after, and I think that's gonna give it a really nice sweet and salty balance. So next I need 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Two tablespoons of olive oil. I'm just going to keep using this. And then whatever mixed herbs you want. I personally like thyme and about 1/4 teaspoon of some cayenne. We're going to mix that together. That looks perfect. Now we're gonna lay these onto a baking dish. You can salt and pepper them as well after. I'm gonna do a little bit now. There's some salt, some pepper. Okay, let's get these on a baking dish. Get them nice and spread out. There's our nuts into a 350-degree oven. These go for about 15 minutes or so, but keep an eye on them. Burned nuts are not good. All right, we're gonna move on to our caramel sauce. So I'm gonna put this on a lower heat, and we're gonna melt our butter. This is just a half a stick of salted butter. Our butter is melted. I'm gonna add in a half a cup of packed brown sugar, and we're gonna just stir this for 2 minutes or so. We just want the brown sugar to melt fully and incorporate with the butter. Okay, here's how we're looking. Okay, we're gonna mix in 1/3 cup of heavy cream and stir continuously. For 2 minutes, and we just want, we just want it to lightly start bubbling. Okay, this is done, looks perfect. We're gonna remove it from the heat. Excellent. I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon of vanilla and a pinch of salt. Salted caramel, right? Okay, let's give that a stir, and it's gonna look really thin right now because everything is hot and melted. As it comes back down to room temperature, it will thicken up. But first I can smell our nuts. Let's check those. They're looking awesome. I'm gonna give them a quick mix. And then spread them all back out. Got a man down almond, there we go. Back in they go. Okay, I'm just going to add our caramel to this. And remember, I just made a half a batch because we don't need that much caramel, but just double everything if you want a full. Okay, and that snack is done. All I would do to serve it is just slice up some apples and we'll have caramel dipping sauce. All right. Finally, we are moving on to our Brie cheese little baguette bites. So I got this bread. It's a day old, so it's perfect because we want crispy bread. So I'm just going to cut it into little toasts. Of cutting my bread when all of a sudden I started smelling the nuts, and they are like perfect right where they are. So I want to get them off this tray so they stop cooking. We don't want them any more roasty toasty. Let's let this cool down and then we'll mix our wasabi peas in. So next what I'm going to do is just drizzle a little bit of olive oil on each of these. I'm going to stick these in the oven on a low broil just to toast them up. And then in the meantime, let's get our Brie cheese cut up. A lot of people always ask if you can eat the rind. You absolutely can, this white part. So let's see, I'm just gonna cut it into like squares. Yum. I love Brie. I think it is so good. So while our bread is toasting, I'm going to throw in our wasabi peas, mix those around, or let them all fall to the bottom. And then they're going to pick up some of that sweetness from the syrup. They'll also still be spicy. Yeah, that's really good. That combo is phenomenal. All right, that snack, done. Okay, these look perfect. And I will say, Sam and I like our toasts very toasty. If you don't necessarily like yours so toasty, cook it however you like. So now I'm just going to set a piece of Brie on each. I try to pick a size accordingly. Now I'm gonna go stick this back in the oven just because it's hot right now. So we're gonna melt the cheese. Oops, this one might not work because it needs a little flat end. There we go. Okay, cheese. Brie is a really soft cheese, so it's very melty. So I'm just gonna stick this in the hot oven. And then here I have some home canned strawberry rhubarb jam. All right, how good does that look? So the ones that aren't totally melting yet, I'm just gonna push down. We just need a little area for our jam to sit. Now I'm just going to do a little dollop of strawberry rhubarb jam. And I tell you, the like breadiness with the sweetness of the jam and I don't know how to describe Brie, but it's very, very mild. I used to hate cheese growing up, but I love Brie. It doesn't taste like cheese. It's very like rich, almost a little nutty maybe. I don't know. I think it is phenomenal though. So I'm just gonna put a little dollop on. And then when we're reheating these, you'll just stick them in the oven really quickly. Lay them out on the counter, let them come up to temperature, and then stick them in the oven just quick enough to warm them up. And that will kind of help toast the jam on top if you need it to. Okay, and how stunning is that? This is also a perfect like holiday gift or holiday appetizer. You could sprinkle a little something green on top and then you're done. So put it on a pretty little plate and you have like the perfect holiday appetizer, but I'm gonna stick these in the freezer after obviously we eat some, and we've got the perfect snack. All right, and that quickly, here is our beautiful snack spread. This should last us well over a week. I'm so excited to have these. All right, friends, I was spot on. That took 35 minutes. We got that done so quickly. 4 beautiful snacks, for the most part healthy, minus a few of the items. But I know that we're gonna be eating well. It's very like fall-like. We got to use some of the things from the garden, so I'm super excited about this. I hope you try some of these. If you do, let me know how you like them down below. And I just appreciate each and every one of you being here and hanging out with me. If you liked today's video, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing, and I will catch you on the next one. For now, I'm gonna go eat some snacks. Bye, friend.